Welcome back to McKillop Life. My name is Amber,
And I'm West.
and today is an exciting day in the garden. It's time to dig our potatoes.
See what we got and see how many we got.
So a little over a week ago, probably closer to 2 weeks now, we turned off the watering. We have drip irrigation in these pots, and we plugged the holes. So we turned off the water for them for the last 3 weeks. You can see there's some dead hanging stuff, but some of the plants are still thriving and happy and really not showing much stress over not having consistent water. So at this point, it is almost mid-October, and it just needs to be done before we don't want them to be in the ground when the frost hits. So I guess this is an act of faith saying frost is coming
Yep.
because we would love to have some cool weather.
So get your hands dirty and dive in with us.
Digging potatoes is fun. It's always a surprise as to what you're going to get. But we are here in faith, and we have two large watering bowls for dogs that we are hoping to fill and overflow. So let's.
Dogs that act like goats.
Yes, they're browsing in the grass. Alrighty, let's get to it. So if you see potatoes sticking out of the ground, it's usually something you want to bury again, because the more sun exposure they have, the more green they'll be. And the green potatoes aren't really edible.
First one.
There's lots of them. I just haven't dug around.
Like all these little ones. You got a melon button.
I think I got everything on this side. Getting the plants out is just the first step. Then it's a matter of digging around the soil and finding the other ones.
Sort of slow down.
Yeah, I don't know.
One with no potato.
Oop. Bobby, leave it. Leave it. You don't need a raw potato.
There's dragonfly.
Mm.
They look like different varieties.
There is. Um, there was quite the mix that we planted. Wow, honey. Just keep on
Nice.
coming up with them. They're not. I'm easily 4 or 5 inches down. Then I'm finding the big ones. My glove is dead.
It just
doubt that it just happened. Sure that it's I think this.
Something right there.
Well, if you go too deep, you're going to get into the
Oh,
wood. Yeah, that's wood. I don't know that this corner necessarily has been. There you go.
so I scrape the skin off.
Mm-hmm. Baby. Oops. Something. Oh, there's a baby one.
It's not too bad, is it?
Considering I think we planted 4, maybe 5 plants in here, that's excellent. You gonna call this one done?
Probably.
Good.
One down.
You can see the little potatoes that we're trying to grow. So if we had a longer season, it would have continued putting on potatoes.
All this considering our potatoes were beat to a pulp with our hailstorm. Use a different pan.
You can. Do you want to?
I don't know. You can tell them apart, can't you?
Yeah, there's white potatoes and red potatoes so far.
Show them the green ones.
So here's the example of the green potato that was on the surface. And it's basically just chlorophyll that the plant's putting on to take advantage of the sun. Carrots will do the same thing, but I think carrots are edible, even if they're a little bit green, but potatoes aren't. And there's this one that was next to this one, and it has a little tinge of green here, but not much.
Plus the rest of these plants.
Where?
Right there. Wow, CapCut.
Yep, there's sprout. Probably connected to a potato. You saw that quarter there, and they can dig deeper and everywhere.
Thought it felt
Ah.
something.
You pecan.
Piece of one.
I think it's another pecan. We have very industrious squirrels that bury pecans into our pots.
Amber.
So we ready to go deeper now? Nope. There's more. That's why I say, just because the surface doesn't look like much, there's can go 6 or 8 inches down and find them. Sorry. Here. Wow. And if we miss any potatoes, we'll get new potato plants next year. You start seeing all these little ones, it's not surprising when you might miss something. Whoa. Not so little. Makes me wonder if we dug deep enough on the other one, but I thought we did. There's something green. I think I just disconnected it. There's plenty of people who actually purposely plant in pots and just dump out the pot to find the potatoes. But with the way our irrigation is attached to the top of these, we can't really dump them very easily without sacrificing a bunch of zip ties. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw one.
That one?
Mm-hmm. Wood.
Rock.
Oh. Oh. But the nice thing about digging in and planting in pots is the soil tends to be easier, lighter, and easier to move around than in the ground.
Starter.
Yeah, probably. No, it was just compost that was compressed.
Yep.
I think you've probably made it around again. You?
Good.
I think so.
There's that pot.
I feel a little bit bad digging up the sweet potato because it's so happy and it's spread out everywhere.
Is that what spread out?
This is sweet potato. But I also don't want it to just die. Thing is, there's a combination of potatoes in here. And there's sweet potato, but there's also other ones. Because we couldn't find very many sweet potato slips to start. So there's going to be a combination of potatoes in there. But I don't know what happens if you don't dig them before the frost. I think they turn to mush. So we kind of have to. Thoughts? So, say goodbye to a pretty vine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Lots of fingerling. Sweet potatoes, don't think they're really worth.
So this one vine was probably 25 feet long.
It's all tangled up in the watermelon.
Is that what was growing up on the deck?
Yes.
Watch out for a melon down there.
I disturbed it. Well, I think we might have just picked our first watermelon. Unintentionally. You were saying?
So this is what those others would ended up looking like.
It's
It's kind of what you expect to see. Sweet potatoes.
sweet potatoes. Yeah, I broke its vine. So, got a watermelon today. In pulling out the sweet potato vine, I accidentally picked a watermelon. So, our first watermelon. I think first watermelon ever.
Yep.
You don't necessarily want to use shovels or forks because you can literally fork a potato or cut potatoes in half with your digging implements, but there's plenty of people who do use them. But if you can avoid it, be better. It's interesting because carrots you can leave after the frost. and they don't necessarily degrade. So I've left them and just used the ground as my refrigerator and went out and picked carrots when I needed them.
Hang on.
This one. Wow, that's a good sized one. I thought I saw something deeper, honey. Maybe not. It's red potato. Worst case scenario, we get free tomato plants next year.
This seems like it was more dense than the other buckets.
We did cap them. So, yes, even though we stopped the water on these pots a while ago, this particular pot is still wet, which is not the best conditions to be digging potatoes in because then the skins won't be dry. You can scrape the skin off, and then they won't keep as long.
Good.
I think so. You want to hold this and show them the vines being pulled. So this is a sweet potato vine that decided to travel. But it had reached all the way to the other corner of the
patio of the storage building.
Yeah. These sweet potatoes are so wet. If we try washing them, the skins are going to come off. I'm going to have to eat them tonight. All of them. So I think we need to find some place that we're willing to let them sit and dry for a little bit.
Spread them out on the workbench.
Because they just need to be spread out in one layer with some air movement around them.
Workbench.
Okay. So it's be the first time you've actually tried curing potatoes. So let's go to the workbench. I think we need 2 lines of it.
Let's raise it up. Raise it up.
So even doing that's taking skin off. I was just trying to wipe off the dirt. Okay.
Careful your rolled edge.
This one's very green. So it's gonna go, nope, back to the garden. So, you can just see, these ones are so much cleaner and they're so much drier, and then this is wet from these other pots that just were not dry. Just be careful about how I'm brushing them because I will take the skin off. So, for airflow, so that's going to be our current setup. Potatoes, and the fan is set on low just to keep air moving across them. And obviously this is our garage, so there's no sunlight. And we're not doing any major projects out here. So they'll be as dark as we're able to keep them. So I'm going to go bring the watermelon into the house and dump the rest of this dirt from these pots back out in the garden.
Well, that wraps up our potatoes for the year. Not bad considering that our potato plants were beat to a pulp with that hailstorm and they had to start over. They had a really good start when the hail hit. Granted, we probably could have gone a little while longer, but we have unpredictable weather coming within the next week to 2 weeks. So we wanted to get this over with while we could.
Yeah, I'm pleased with the results. I didn't count how many slips we put in the ground, but we definitely got more than we planted, and that's what matters. But this will be the first year we've ever tried curing them and drying them out, so we will let you know how that goes. But this is the beginning of wrapping up our gardening seasoning. I don't know if there's going to be another garden tour or not, because things are wrapping up. Maybe, we'll see.
And doubtful, there's not much less left. It's getting to the time of the year that they know it's over, so they're dying out. We'll just see what happens from here.
We have okra drying to make seed, and we still have tomatoes coming in. So we'll see. But until next time, we hope you have a wonderful day, and feel free to like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.